Good morning, everybody. I'm going to teach my first yoga class for my upstairs bedroom here that I've kind of cleaned out and rearranged. So hope everybody's doing well on this Monday morning. All the jokes are, what day of the week is it, right? Nobody knows. But it is Monday and the sun is out, and we have many things always to be grateful for, even when we are struggling trying to find those things. So today, maybe we have to dig a little deeper to find those things really deep in our soul, but they are there. So I would like us to start in any shape that you feel comfortable in. I'm going to come to my block and just find a comfortable seat. Take my socks off. I was laughing that still so new at making these videos, taught many classes over the years. It's kind of funny how I feel a little apprehensive about doing a video for everybody. It's just another one of those changes that we're all experiencing. So comfortable seat, any shape, child's pose. I always say this is your practice. Anything I do that you're not comfortable doing, please don't do it, modify it. I will try to guide you through different modifications as we go through our practice this morning. Close your eyes softly. Just let your body be still. And just feel the breath come in and the breath go out. In through our nose. Exhale from the nose. Our breath slowly becomes focus. We set everything else aside. Begin to lengthen. And then slowly exhale. Sometimes that exhale feels a little more of a release, possibly from the back of the throat. A little breath of fire. Use that if that works better. Breathe. As you sit in stillness or in the shape you've chosen, I want you to begin to feel the length in your spine, softening of your shoulders. Breath coming in and the breath going out. I want you to slowly slowly relax into this breathing. Sometimes we focus so hard on trying to relax that we almost inadvertently create some stress. So let it go. Just be still. Let everything go. And gently, with your eyes still closed, or blink them open if you're more comfortable, just take one big breath. Reach to the sky on the inhale. When we exhale, gently just bring your hands into your heart center. We'll pause here for a few more rounds of breath. Begin to feel that heat connecting your right and your left side body as you press your palms together gently, maybe even connecting to that beat of your heart. And at this point in our practice this morning, let's all set an intention for our practice. You choose whatever it is you need, maybe a mantra. A mantra can certainly be an intention. Maybe it's just something as simple as health, peace, love, gratitude. Let's gently blink our eyes open. Let's take one big breath up to the sky, breathing in and letting go. And if you chose a different shape, please come to a seated position if you can. Your legs can be long. And let's just begin to warm up a bit by circling our upper body. Just letting go. Once you find your way, just notice what you notice. Maybe close your eyes again if that feels better. Breathing in and letting go. And then slowly, let's make our way to the opposite side, letting go. Maybe releasing a little bit more from the back of the neck, bowing the head ever so slightly as you circle. Let's slowly make our way to a neutral position of our spine once again. Take a few rounds of breath, reaching to the sky and letting go, just filling. And notice how it feels in a seated position, reaching, breathing in and letting go. Just warming up our back body a bit, feeling those shoulder blades gently glide along our spine. Eyes open, eyes closed. Take another deep breath in, reach for the sky. And on your exhale, just tense your fingers and reach over to your right side. Pause, lengthening out, opening up. Drishti floats to the sky. If it's more comfortable, keep your gaze down towards your chest. Breathe in, reach for the sky. And on the exhale, find your way over to that opposite side, softening that shoulder down. So again, just not forcing anything, not feeling like we need to come into it a little further, and then involving those muscles on the top of your shoulders, your upper trapezius muscles. Rise on an in-breath, exhale, breathe in. Let it go. Fill. Try just a few more. Let's try one more each side. And then slowly On your next in-breath, reach both your arms to the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Stay for your exhale and slide those shoulder blades down your spine, just reaching however far you're able, giving your range of motion without avoiding this, thinking that this is better because then you're reaching higher. Settle down. Find your deep low belly muscles. Hold yourself up. Take another in-breath here. Exhale. Breathe in and maybe drishti towards the sky, maybe coming to a little back extension if that serves you. Otherwise, skip it. I don't do a lot of those personally. Go for whatever feels right for you. Breathing in. On the exhale, hinging forward from our hips. Let's just tiptoe those fingers. And you may not come very far. Again, it's about keeping that neutral position, hinging from the hip. So tiptoeing forward. If you have another block or two, you can always place that in front to bring that floor a little closer to you. Bow your head, lengthen your spine, and then slowly sink into any amount of forward folding in a seat. Bow the head, keep your head, shoulders down. In breath, belly draws in tightly to spine to support. Reach for the sky, ride that breath all the way up. And then on the exhale, let's just hinge forward. We'll kick our block off to the side. We'll just make our way to our tabletop. Planting the hands. And again, I'm kind of new at trying to rearrange this and getting my little iPad set up. So I hope that you'll all be able to see me through all this. I'm going to turn to the side, just so you can see maybe a little better. Spread your fingers well, root your hands in, keep your shoulders and wrists lined up. And once you get to table, I want you to find that movement, any movement. Most importantly, we keep our belly muscles anchored in, our shoulders soft, so move around. I like movement too, you all know that. Sometimes it feels better just to roll those shoulders out a few times. Maybe circle your tailbone, circle your hips. Maybe a modified child's pose, inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Thinking of your gaze, kind of looking right out in front of you. I have my diffuser right in front of me, breathing in some really nice essential oils. So I'm filling up with that good breath. Letting go. Maybe some shoulder over, side to side. Just looking over that shoulder. Go slow, speed it up, whatever you need, or simply find stillness and table. Let's take one more round of breath here. And then pause. We'll all meet in that tabletop. Take a moment, and then ever so slight, just rearrange yourself again. Make sure you feel that foundation you've created by softening your elbows. And I want you to begin to gently just tip the table a little forward of those hips. Belly stays tight. And all we're doing right now is just trying to find a little connection to those low belly muscles. Just tighten them up, pull them in. So as we work into our different poses, we remember that this is really the foundation. We start from the bottom and work our way up, but our core muscles hold us up. Let's take a big breath in here. In stillness, exhale. Breathe in and exhale. And then come back around. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, spread your fingers well and come into your first downward facing dog. If you need to get off your wrists for a bit or just need to circle them out, take your time to come to down dogs. Let your head go, eyes open, soften shoulders. And again, once we're here in our first down dog of the day, I'm pretty sure it is for me anyway, I want you to pump your feet, let your head go, whatever feels right for you. And if I stay in a pose longer than you are comfortable, make sure you find child's pose, come to your seat, come back to table. Breathe in. Feel your body, feel your breath surround your front body to your back body. And then slowly, let's all pause in stillness for one big breath in. Let it go. Breathe in. And on your exhale, tiptoe hop. Make your way to the top of your mat. And come to your forward fold. Just pause, letting the head release, lengthening out the back of the neck. And if it feels good, come right into a little bit of a rag doll. Just letting those hands cradle the shoulders, just maybe some side to sides. Another great time to possibly use your block. Because in our forward folds, we really want to make sure we're protecting our lower back by hinging a lot from our hip. Maybe this is better, maybe this. When you're ready, find a half lift and fill. Breathe in, lengthen your spine, press into the shins, open your heart, breathe in. Forward fold, let it go. Half lift, fill. Exhale. And then slowly root and rise all the way to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Let it go. One more time. Breathe in. Let it go. And gently bring your hands into your heart center. Got to scooch my plant over just a smidge. I want you to all see my little yoga girl in my plant. Standing stillness. Let's pause. And again, if you're comfortable, close your eyes and feel your standing posture. Let's take this time to revisit your intention. Quieting the mind. Breathe it in. Let something go. Reach for the sky. Blink your eyes open. Bow all the way down. Hinge from that hip. Exhale. Find a half lift and fill. Forward. Come into your downward facing dog. Soften the shoulders. Come forward into a high plank pose if that serves you, and if it doesn't, skip it. Exhale, find your down dog. Come forward into a high plank pose. And turn again to the side, just so you're able to see that high plank. Just stay straight ahead. Really firing up quadricep muscles, muscles in the front of the legs. Kneeling plank, always a fantastic modification. Exhale, find down dog. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. In breath, bend into your knees and make your way to the top of your mat. Hop, float. Find a half lift here. Forward fold, let it go. And root and rise to the sky. Exhale, hands come to your heart center. Float your right leg. And all we're going to do is just find a little standing balance for a moment. Use a chair or whatever you need if you feel a little wobbly. Feel the movement, just feel the stillness. But feel that movement, that wobbliness. That means you're practicing your balance. Let's reach for the sky as best we're able. Exhale, step that foot down. In breath, reach for the sky. Float that left leg. Pause. Level hips, soften shoulders. And again, just feel this side always different between right and left. Reach for the sky, breathe in. Exhale, swan dive all the way back down. Plant your hands, find your downward facing dog. Come into your high plank or your kneeling plank. Exhale, send it back, find down dog. Inhale, float your left leg to the sky. Maybe take just a quick peek at your toes. Make sure they're not waving out. Try to dial your toes towards the floor. And then, as best you can, level your hips off. Draw your belly in tight. Breathe in. Exhale, send it back down. In breath, reaching right to the sky. Check those toes, soften shoulders, breathe in. Exhale, send it down. In breath. And on your exhale, make your way to the top. Find your half lift and breathe in. Bow, find your forward fold. Reach for the sky, rise all the way up. Hands come to your heart center. Come into your chair pose. So toe mounds touch. Separating those heels. Hinging forward. Just wiggling your toes. Maybe see if you're able to lift all 10 toes off your mat. Just stay straight ahead. Breathe in and reach for the sky. Exhale, rise and float your heels. Belly stays glued in tightly. Send it down. Breathe in. Just movement here. So just follow the movement. Balance challenge. Let it go. Pause. Soften your shoulders again, not overdoing this hiking in the shoulders. And if you can't come deep into chair, no worries. Sink as best you're able. Fill with a breath. Exhale, let those shoulders slide down your spine. Open your heart space. Reach for the sky. Breathe in. Find your balance once again. Stay for your exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Find your half lift. Breathe in. Fold and find your downward facing dog. Once again, your choice to maybe add in that high plank, kneeling plank, whatever you choose. Send it back, find that downward facing dog. Taking that left leg to the sky, fill with a breath, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. You can skip this if you need. In breath, reach for the sky. Exhale, set it down. Right leg, fill with the breath. Level hips as best you can, belly in. Exhale, knee to nose. Send it back, breathe in. Exhale, set it back down. Fill with your breath. Make your way to the top. Half lift. Forward fold. Reach and rise. Open up. Taking a deep breath in. Find that balanced pose once again. Single leg balance. Take a deep breath in. When you're ready, float that front leg back. Landing that back leg. Sorry, I'm going to have to kind of readjust and try to watch myself here to make sure you can see my feet. Coming into our warrior two. Drishti over that long middle finger. Soften the shoulders. We hinge into our warrior two pose. From here, staying as tall as you can. Open up. Exhale, sweep those arms in front, and again, just find movement. If you feel good, reach for the sky. Exhale, otherwise keep the arms low. Fill with your breath. Reach for the sky. Seal the back edge of that foot down. Line it up. Maybe take a look. Breathe in. Let it go. Reach for the sky. Exhale, find warrior two arms. Soften the shoulders. Gently open up. Taking that palm, finding reverse. Breathe in, come into that reverse warrior. Take your time to get there. Bind that back arm, let it just be free. Rest. Breathe in. Come into your side angle. Opening up. Reach for the sky. Always can come here if having that palm in front, arm in front is too much. Make rest here. Soften that shoulder down. Reach with really good energy, everybody, and rise on a strong in-breath. Float back to that warrior two. Find a reverse. Side angle. Rise, reverse, and just go through a few, just movement coming in and out of your side angle and your reverse. Do as many as you feel comfortable with. Skip it all together. Just come to standing stillness. Breathe in. And slowly find your warrior two. Reach for the sky. And then slowly find crescent lunge. And again, that back leg is important. We tend to turn that foot out. Try as best you can. Reaching for the sky. Bow forward, hinge from that hip. Trying to make sure all toes point straight ahead. Tense your fingers, take a deep breath in. And send that leg back. Come back to your downward facing dog. Again, if you want to find that high plank first, go ahead. Exhaling. Take a breath in. Pump those feet, lift your toes. Hands off the mat. A little bit more of that shoulder blade. And stillness. Breathe in and make your way to the top. Find your half lift. Bow forward. Rise, fill. Exhale, hands to heart center and float your right leg. And then gently step it through. And again, just come into this warrior two on this side, feeling that hinging from the hip. Just steal over your long finger. Open up. Sweep those arms. Maybe reach them to the sky. Make sure everything stays connected so we come into these poses. We're really working on keeping muscle connected to bone to protect, build some strength. Breathe in. Exhale. Fill. Exhale. Find warrior two. Find reverse. Fill. Soften the shoulder. Tighten up that back leg protection. Those little seat muscles in the back. Tighten them up. Find side angle here. Lengthen. Modify again as needed. Open up. Rise on your in-breath. Lengthen your spine. Come with that strong breath, that support of your spine, but holding belly muscles in. Come back to your warrior two. Pause. And then just make your way to reverse. Side angle. Rise on an in-breath. And again, just find how many repetitions or how many movements like this you choose to make depending upon how you feel. I'm sorry you can't see my feet real well, but just take a look. You know, all toes point straight ahead on that front foot. That back edge of your back foot is sealed to the floor. Let's do one more if you're able. Breathe in. Rise. Warrior two. Turn again to the front. And then slowly sweep that back arm and come into crescent lunge. Soften. Bow forward. Exhale, hinging from that hip. Tent the fingers, lengthen out. Send that front foot back. And again, here we are, downward facing dog. You decide. High plank. Down dog. Breathe in and make your way to the top. Find your half lift and fill. Bow down, exhale. Reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart center. I'm going to tiptoe just a little bit closer to the top of my mat. I know you won't be able to see my legs, but I think where are my feet? Let's take another deep breath in. Exhale, float your left leg and then gently send it back. Open your heart. Here's your balance. Leveling off those hips. We're just going to sustain here for a moment. Maybe have your block handy. Have it handy. Reach, open up, dial those toes down. And then gently bow forward. Find your block. Tip it any direction you need. Skip it all together. Reach and come to your half moon. It's a pretty tricky pose. You can always do this with your back supported against a wall. Open up. Breathe. Breathe in. Send it back. Come to your warrior two. Nice. Crescent lunge. Bow forward. Step through. Breathe in. Let it go. When you're ready, send your right leg back. I always say right away we notice the difference between our rights and our lefts. Find your balance. Find something for your eyes to focus on. No matter what kind of balance work you're doing, try to level off your hips, tighten, open up your heart space here. And when you're ready, taking your block, open up and come. And open up. Finding half moon here. You see me wobbling, haven't done one for a while. Open up. It's a practice and you get out of practice if you don't do it. Probably all feeling like that. Breathe in. Exhale. So stay in half moon for a moment. And I want to show people that decided not to do that, that if you had a chair right here, you could come to a half moon by really hanging on to the chair and maybe just hinging this much, okay? So again, just do what feels right for you. Coming out of that half moon, come into your warrior two. Sweep that back leg, turn it, reach for the sky, breathe in, hinge forward, find your way all the way back down to your mat. Sometimes, again, this is a great place for a couple of blocks on either side, just to bring that floor a little closer to you if you need it. And step through. And I think I might have done that just a little different on this side than I did the other, but it's all good. Let it go. Take another deep breath in. Let it go. Hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Clear your mind again. Feel your breath. Gently blink your eyes open. Reach for the sky. Taking your feet and separating them as wide as your mat to start. Soften the shoulders. Take your left arm, reach to the sky, and just find a little side bend here. So familiar, we were already here when we were seated. Not very big wide legs, but that's all right to start. Rise on your in-breath. Exhale. Breathe in, reach for the sky. Take both your arms, clasp the hands together. And keeping those feet about mat width. Soften the shoulders. Build that foundation. So not just kind of coming into this. Really think of rooting to the earth with your feet, lengthening out. Let's start easy rather than just coming into it like this. Really mindful work here. So we fill up. Drishti is straight ahead. Tighten up your belly muscles. Tighten up your seat. Soften your shoulders. On the exhale, find a little more space for those shoulders. You might not have your arms like this, and if you do, you might be just taking all that into your upper track and into your neck again. Breathe in. Open up. Belly in tight. Rise on your in-breath. Find a pause. Stay for your exhale. Breathe in, fill. Let it go. Rise on your in-breath. Open up, exhale. Tiptoe those feet once again. Coming back into that chair pose. Soften the shoulders. Sink into your chair. Reach for the sky. Actually, let's start by just reaching out in front, because sometimes this helps us kind of understand that alignment of chair. So literally is like you're going to sit your booty right into a chair. It's not folding forward like this. Lift your sternum, lift your heart, reach your arms out in front. And then we find our arms, maybe a little, maybe a lot. A big old crow just landed on my roof. I'm staring right at it. Kind of distracted me. Reach for the sky. Breathe in. We've been here before. Notice how it feels now. Exhale. Breathe in. Reach. We're sustaining. Working on balance. Focus. That stress wants to creep in. Mind is going to stay strong and not let it happen. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Y'all saw me wiggle and wobble, so there's no worries. And again, you can do that by simply hanging on with one hand, maybe to the wall, maybe to a chair. Let's come back to our chair once again. Toes touch. You really glue everything in tight to midline. And feel how your spine feels. Feel how your heart opens gently. Keeping your head on your shoulders rather than leading with that chin. So your legs should start to feel a little tired here. Come out of it for a moment if you need to. Hit your reset button, come back into it. And then gently reach your left arm out in front as if you're going to just shake somebody's hand. Take your right arm back. And just twist here without letting your body turn. Sometimes we do this with hands at heart center. We're going to do it today with reaching arms. So energy from the fingertips all the way front to back. And then maybe we're feeling a little challenged, like you want to do a little more. Maybe we float. Try to square those hips forward. So I'm feeling like I'm looking right at you. Exhale, step that foot down. Inhale, reach for the sky. And again, right here, maybe you want to go into that back bend. If you choose, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to. I'm just going to stay neutral and open up. And neutral spine just means that I'm not, well, I'll show you. I'm not going to go into a lot of extension. So for me, I just stay right here. Exhale, come back to your chair. Gently reach your left arm. Square those hips. Reach the right arm forward, left arm back. Fill. Soften. Maybe we look over the shoulder and maybe we float. Okay, gosh, I can't remember which leg I floated last time, guys. So float your opposite leg. That's what happens. Set it down. Breathe in and fill. Bow forward all the way. Find your half lift. Breathe in and take your time. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Come to your downward facing dog. Take your left leg to the sky. And then slowly open up. Take your gaze underneath your shoulder. Exhale, nice little hip opener. Breathe in, reach for the sky. Soften the shoulders. Really pay attention to where that tension always wants to creep in. Soften down, bend, open up. Bring it back down. Come to your high plank or your kneeling plank. And then slowly take your knees wide. Let's all find our way to a comfy child's pose. Child's pose is always a great place to come to hit your reset button, as I often refer to it. It's a great place to just feel your body. Great place to let go. We focus on that breath. Think of front to back body breathing, like that breath comes from those top 8 ribs underneath your arms, underneath your armpits, and surrounds your shoulder blades or your scapula. So really find that breath under your arm, opening up, giving those lymph nodes a little bit of space to work. So open up. Let your head go. On your next in breath, make your way to the top. Gonna come back around, come into a little bit of a seat here. And I know this isn't always that comfortable for everyone, so again, maybe you need your block. If it's not good, don't do it. Cross leg, kneel, I'm going to start here. What I want us to do is to, whether you're on a block or kneeling, I want you, again, just to kind of root your sits bones into either your block or your mat. I want you to use your arms to help lengthen out. So it is a little bit of active work for your arms. Toes point straight ahead. Lengthen, open. And then if you can, take your block out. Roll off your flesh, or off your bony part, your ischiums, your sits bones, and then fill. And as best you can, I want you to begin to roll down. So you have to take your block out. And you know, if this is as far as you can go, gluing your belly muscles tight to your spine, then that's fantastic. Tense your fingers. Let your hands assist you to get you all the way down. Lying on your back, keeping your knees in that bent position. I want you just to gently rock your pelvis forward and back, hardly at all though. So don't think of this as a big pelvic tilt. Mostly just want you to feel movement, and again, just finding your way into those deep belly muscles. You can place your hands on your belly, filling up and letting go. So feel that. And then gently finishing your last little movement, come to stillness again. Let your shoulders melt open. And just feel your spine in this neutral position. Now, we're all going to be a little different with how much space we have. So don't worry about pressing your back into flat. I want you to keep it where it is, where you live. And I want you to take a deep breath in and feel your hands rise on that in-breath, filling your belly. Ride the breath all the way to the top, and on the exhale, without moving your spine, sink your belly muscles tight to your spine. Exhaling. Inhale, do it for me one more time. Gently bring the hands back alongside the body. I'm going to turn again just so you can see hopefully a little better. So I'm in my neutral position of my spine. I haven't taken my back and flattened it. And again, if you have your head looking up towards the ceiling or the sky, maybe you need to place a little roll so that you can keep your neck in neutral along with your whole body. Bring your palms to face one another. Root your elbows close. Take a deep breath in and lift. Come to your bridge. Sustain. And now I really want you all to pay attention to what's happening in your hips. So we tighten our seat always in bridge. We tighten our hamstrings. Don't let your legs wave out. Work on your inner thighs as well to sustain your bridge. Sink your belly muscles in. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, bring the arms back down alongside the body. Find a pause. again, just find some movement, breathe, filling up, reaching arms behind the head. Exhale, bring everything back down. So I gotta scooch a little bit more because I'm hitting the wall. Lining up those legs, breathe in, reach for the sky. Exhale. Fill. Exhale. Alignment, attention to detail, feeling, and most importantly, breathing. Try 2 more. Just lifting where you're comfortable. Find 1 more. Exhale. Bone by bone, we land. Let's gently snug our knees in. Just give yourself any kind of movement right now that feels right. I want you all to stay there, just moving side to side, forward and back. Maybe bringing one leg in and taking the other leg out. Again, just take another few moments to do what feels really nice for you, comfortable. And then I'm going to just come to a seated position. I want you all to stay on your back body. And I want you to gently find Shavasana. Our final pose. Pose of gratification. And as we close today, we'll probably stop. And so you all stay in your Shavasana as long as you can. Honestly, maybe a good 10 minutes, just using it as your meditation.